Chapter 9, Part 2. Hey, Sasha. Girl, what's up? I haven't seen you around here for a while, and child, you act like you can't call nobody. Angie practically whispered. I know. My mind wasn't right the day that I left, but I can get your number now, if you don't mind. I don't. Let me put these bags away, and I'll write it down for you real quick. Child, I got 101 things to tell you about these clowns. She nodded towards Frederick's door. Hey, Sasha. Good to see you, Wayne said. Oh, by the way, you wouldn't know anything about gospel music, would you? You know I work at a printing press, and I was designing some posters, tickets, and flyers for a Yvonne Adams concert, and there is a Sasha D opening that night. The picture is only about 5 inches, but it looked a heck of a lot like you. All Sasha could do was sing a little bit from The New Me. Wayne's face lit up, and he yelled to Angie, I told you that was Sasha. You owe me $50. Sasha, how the mess do you go from living with your living boyfriend 1 month to recording gospel music the next? Angie seemed almost mad. When the Lord is ready to work in your life, it's a done deal. Girl, it was just time for me. And it couldn't have come at a better time, and I couldn't be happier. Well, congratulations and good luck with that. I've heard a few of your songs, and they all sound great. I went to the computer when I saw that Sasha D picture, and I wanted to read the bio. Of course, there was no bio at the time, so I was trying to listen for your voice. I couldn't tell. I didn't know you had skills like that. Wayne was being amicable as usual. Sasha didn't know her songs were available anywhere. She would have to talk to Anthony about that. Frederick cleared his throat behind Sasha as Angie handed her phone number, waved goodbye, and closed the door. When Sasha turned around, she was taken aback by Frederick's presence. It had been 6 weeks since she'd seen him, and her heart still ached with love for him. This was not anything she could sweep under the rug and forget about. They both just stared at one another for quite some time. They didn't even know how to communicate with one another on a platonic level. They were lovers who couldn't do what lovers did. Finally, Frederick reached out and grabbed Sasha and simply hugged her. He held on for a long time and repeatedly said he was sorry. Sasha's eyes began to water, and she was shocked at his demeanor and hers. Sasha could feel her neck becoming wet, and she realized that Frederick was crying as well. Why didn't they just get married if this was how they felt about one another? This was the only thing Sasha could think of as she took in Frederick's scent and melted in his arms. When they finally released one another, Frederick took Sasha's hand and led her into his home. He pulled out a dinette chair and motioned for her to sit down. He went to the refrigerator and took out a can of cactus cooler and poured them into glasses. He knew this was Sasha's favorite beverage and seemed to be looking for a way to ease any pain that he had caused her. Sasha, I can't really find the words to say to you about this whole situation, but just know that I love you and I am sorry that I put you through all of this. I never wanted to hurt you, and I don't care for the way we ended. I have missed you every day since you left, but I felt I deserved it by putting you in the middle of this mess. Let's skip to the second paragraph. That's strange, because I feel like I'm the one who should be apologizing to you. I didn't give you a chance to explain yourself. I didn't even tell you that I was leaving. I am so sorry about that. I would love to try it all over with you. I will forgive you and forget any negative things that have happened between us in the past. I want you back in my life, and I need you in my life. Frederick, you don't know what you're saying. You have another woman in this house right now. If you can't have respect for her, and I know you've been with her since I left, then I know you won't be able to respect me. I simply came back to collect a few things and say my final goodbye to you. Funny, you and Renee are here for the same reason. Only she seems to be taking a bit too long to collect her stuff that could easily be dumped in a shopping bag and put in the back of her car. She didn't bring much. What do you mean? You're putting the lady out already? Come on, Frederick. It can't be that bad. Stop comparing everyone to me. You'll never find what you're looking for, Sasha joked. I guess I have a lot to tell you. For starters, Renee isn't my woman. She is only an envious demon that has caused nothing but drama in my life for the last 2 years. All of this came to an end a week and a half ago. I'm confused. What are you saying? I have always had paternity issues with Renee's daughter. About 4 months ago, I hired an attorney and gave Renee some simple things to do. In order for me to continue paying child support and providing medical coverage, she had to have the baby undergo a paternity test with me. She refused to do it. Once the deadline ran out, I sort of cut her out. It wasn't legal what I did, since my name is on the birth certificate, but it was worth the gamble. That is what brought her to my home the last day you were here. You see, she told you a little bit and not the whole story. She has made me look bad in front of my employees, my family, and even you. Sasha felt terrible. She had misjudged Frederick and written him off and cast him into the same category as other deadbeat dads. Frederick was nothing like them. Sasha was realizing that he was an honest and good guy. Sasha was the bad guy in their relationship. She was the one running off on Friday and Saturday to be with Monty, while Frederick devoted his weekends toward his visitations with his sons. He never told Sasha to leave. In fact, he always reminded her that she could stay during the 2-day visitation. The only change was the fact that things they did would be G and PG rated. Sasha was the one who thought she was too cute to be up in Chuck E. Cheese's and at Castle Park. She'd rather go to Los Angeles and club hop than to be cooped up in the house watching Netflix movies and eating popcorn. Oh, Frederick, I had no idea you were going through all of that. Why didn't you tell me? I would have understood, and I probably would have been a great help to you. Sasha became gentle toward Frederick. Sasha, trust me, the old you would not have responded as you just did. You have changed so much, and I'm glad it all happened because it allowed you to find your spiritual side. I've heard all of your songs, and I knew it was you. You were always singing for me and singing as you paraded around this place. I tell you, I haven't been the same since you left. Renee walked to the door struggling with two large black bags. She was dragging them both at the same time, and her eyes were red. Frederick rose from the table and opened the door for her. He excused himself, grabbed one of the bags, and headed down the stairs. Sasha watched as Renee made her way to the door. Well, he's all yours. You win. But I know it ain't no thing to you. You always win and always get your way. Have a good life, Sasha. Renee was bitter. I'm sorry things didn't work out for you. You know I stepped away and made sure I was no problem for you or your baby. My heart goes out to you, and I hope you find what you are looking for. Look towards God and ask Him to give you strength. Oh, I have talked to God, and Sasha, He has given me strength. Since I found out that Frederick isn't Tanya's father, I had a paternity test done on this guy named Stephen Charles. He's an ex-football player that's into real estate now. He is the dad, and now my baby is going to be straight. And Frederick, he's a sweetheart. He isn't even trying to get back the $700 a month that he has paid me for over the last year.